Howard. Thank you so much for joining us. As you all know, Hurricane Helene wreaked havoc all over the Southeast. We are praying for those who are impacted by its devastation. In the midst of it all, under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Charles E. Goodman Jr., Tabernacle Baptist Church partnered with World Vision and community partners to give back to those in need.
I've been really graced throughout the entirety of my ministry to have some incredible partnerships with people who've really been highlighting my ministry and the work that we do, not just at Tabernacle, but also beyond. And so just on last year, I was introduced to World Vision, and they are such a gracious sponsor that they have a wonderful program where they take pastors overseas and church members overseas to connect them with those in third world countries who are less fortunate. And so they consider me an ambassador, and next year I'll be traveling the world as a World Vision partner. And so what was incredible is that when the word got out about the devastation at Augusta, my partner with World Vision, who is also one of our state reps, reached out and said, "What do you need?" And I said, "Anything you can send us." And so they were gracious enough to send a truck all the way from Pennsylvania with stuff they just had on there to see with us in our time of need. So I'm grateful that God graces us with favor with a multitude of people and partners throughout the world. And I'm grateful for the partnership of World Vision, who showed up and stepped up in our time of need.
We asked you, Tabernacle, to come and volunteer, and that is exactly what you did. You showed up and showed that Tab cares.
Our thing was that you can either sit at home all day doing nothing, or you can come and be a part. And we are servants, so my husband and I decided we was gonna come out and serve. Not asking for anything, but just giving our time for our ministry to help all these people. Most of them are worse off than we are. And I'm thankful to God for what I do have. What I don't have, I know He's able. If He don't, it's all good.
Not only did our staff and volunteers show up, but we also had a special guest, Georgia Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock.
You know, I'm so grateful to have, again, great relationships. I tell people all the time, if you want to know how gracious and favorable God is in your life, just look at the relationship God gives you. And so Senator Raphael Warnock has been a dear friend over the last 20-some years. I know him as Reverend Dr. Raphael Warnock. And so when the word got out about the devastation that happened in Augusta, he reached out and said, "Hey, what can we do?" I said, "Well, we're actually doing a giveaway." And he said, "Well, I'm coming through the city. We're going to bring some stuff by." And so I said, "Sure, man, we'll be here." And so he was a man of his word, man of his integrity. So they stopped by and dropped off some much needed water. But I also want to make a pub that I think a lot of our local officials stepped up. There were many during this time in an unprecedented moment who really helped to bind our city together. And I would say this, I think it is a testament, because most people, when they think about Augusta politics, think about a lot of division. But one thing that I would say during this time, we have been unified. And I want to give a shout out to all of our officials, local and state, who really stepped up to help in just a devastating time to do their best to make sure that the people of Augusta and Georgia were taken care of.
We thank you, Reverend Warnock, World Vision, TAB family, community partners, and of course our volunteers for showing us what it means to make an impact.
I came to volunteer because we can be the hand of Jesus to the community. They can see us in action, walking out our faith and showing our service as well.
Once again, TAB family, we want to say thank you. And I want all of you just to take 1 second. I want you to lean on in, beloved. I want to remind you that prayer is the one thing that stabilizes us in the midst of this shaky world. One day you are going to look to your neighbor, to your sister and your brother, and you're going to say, "You know what? It turned out better than I could have ever expected." Thank you so much for worshiping with us here at Tabernacle Baptist Church, a local church making a global impact.